On September 25, 2025, Qantas celebrated the launch of its newest aircraft, with its first two next-generation Airbus A321XLR aircraft taking off for their first commercial flights. The two A321XLRs, nicknamed Great Ocean Road and Outback Way, have thus been in service for a few weeks now. So let's take a look at the cities these new jets are serving and remind ourselves where they could be deployed in the future. So, the inaugural commercial services that took off on September 25th saw the jets operate flights between Sydney and Melbourne and Sydney and Perth, respectively. Looking at Flight Radar 24 records, the A321XLRs have continued on these exact same routes day in, day out since those inaugural flights. And so if you're flying between Sydney and Melbourne or cross-country between Sydney and Perth, you might just find yourself on one of these brand new jets. Qantas is the first airline in the Asia-Pacific region to fly the new aircraft type, which features a wider and longer cabin than previous generation narrow-body aircraft, by which we assume are the airline's aging 737-800s. The A321XLRs with Qantas promise wider seats, higher ceilings, larger windows, fast and free Wi-Fi, and space for around 60% more bags than those old yet still useful Boeing 737s. Qantas Group CEO Vanessa Hudson was quoted as saying, "The extended flight range enables us to operate these aircraft on both domestic and short-haul international routes, including destinations across Southeast Asia that are not viable with our current narrow-body fleet." Hudson added that preparing for these commercial flights took enormous effort, with nearly 350 training flights and more than 40,000 hours of training completed, as well as thousands of pieces of equipment deployed across the Qantas network. Qantas's third aircraft is expected to arrive in November, with the fleet to grow to 7 by June 2026. Qantas's current A321XLR order stands at 48 airframes. The Australian carrier has yet to commit to any specific international destinations with these narrow bodies. However, in addition to this range map to give us some ideas, Qantas says on its website that the type could, quote, open a world of opportunity with more direct Australian domestic and international routes like Southeast Asia and the Pacific Islands. It also states, "We'll unveil the routes and exciting travel opportunities as the aircraft are delivered." The aircraft have two classes and there are 20 recliner seats in business class in a 2-2 configuration. Economy class is either fitted with 177 or 180 seats in a 3-3 configuration. The airline says that at least the first 3 A321XLRs delivered are configured with 180 economy seats. Pitch in economy is stated to be 30 inches. What do you think of how Qantas has configured these jets, and how do you feel about these aircraft being used for longer services? Let us know by leaving a comment. In addition to our daily YouTube videos, Simple Flying publishes over 150 articles every week. If you're looking for the latest aviation news and insights, visit simpleflying.com.